What's going on, Scott Squad? We are back in the building. Y'all, listen, I'm still... life is still lifing, but we still doing what we gotta do, y'all. We are still doing what we got to do. Shout out to everybody in the chatterization right now. I appreciate you. This is our second live of the day. In case you missed the first live, we did talk about our upcoming trip to Cape Town in April 10th through the 17th of 2025. So let's get it straight. We're going to Thailand, March the 1st through the 7th, and then Cape Town, April 10th through the 17th. Now, the price points are a bit different. So make sure you guys text Cape Town to 202-918-3386 or click the link in the description down below so you can get the information and register to get the intel on what we about to do down in Cape Town, because it's real estate, it is investments, dual citizenship, all that stuff. We're going to be doing it all, and we're going to have much more information coming soon. So with that being said, y'all, we got exciting things on the horizon for all of y'all that want to get out of the country, okay, while the getting is good. Even if you just need to go and visit places like Thailand, and I tried to choose hotspots that Americans are going to, that are relocating, they're either doing digital nomads, they're getting visas to go to these countries to work or just work remotely for a little bit if you got that opportunity. I told y'all last week that's what we were going to be doing. Step 1 has been implemented. Step 2 is that I'll be doing sessions, like one-on-one sessions. If you guys need any type of coaching, specifically YouTube coaching or otherwise, then I will be establishing that too. I just got to get my hours straight because I'm kind of in and out of the hospital, you know, with my fam. So with that being said, let's go. Somebody asked about Panama and Costa Rica. Yes, I do have Costa Rica on my list. But I got to do things one at a time, right? I'm looking at Costa Rica actually for a writing retreat, so stand by for that. So lots of things coming up. All right, and both trip information is down below. All right, so you'll be able to get both information for both trips. Busy 20. This is my project 2025. Okay, hop on board. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's talk about some tea, y'all. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. I'm trying to go live because I'm, trying to get this, kill a couple of birds with one stone. But we got some things that we got to talk about. So let's get into it. And thank you guys for the well wishes for my family. My dad is actually in the hospital, so y'all keep him in your prayers. He may be there for a couple more days, so just like I said, keep him in prayer. All right. With that being said, let's talk about some tea. Okay. Can somebody tell me why it is that Ray J has beef with Pastor Jamal Bryant? Because I ain't really figured that out yet, and I can't quite figure it out from this video. Although we can get a little bit of a nugget of intel from this video that we about to check out right now. So shout out to the Jasmine brand for capturing this. But this is Ray J, in case y'all can't really see it, right? It looked like he in a dark room, but he's either in a dark room or a dark place or a dark space in life. I don't know. But what we about to do is get into what he got to say, because he's issuing a threat to Dr. Jamal Bryant about an interview that he does not want out. So take a listen to this.
Simple love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Von Alvarez.
Ain't it nice to shout him out before you threaten him? I mean, come, so classy.
But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit, don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds.
Okay, so he has now asserted that he is going to snatch someone out of the pulpit. Now, I don't know. Last I checked, it didn't sound like a good idea to get on the internet and make a threat about what you're about to do to the person that you're about to do it to. Now, again, me and my Law and Order SVU University degree from what I studied before I passed the Law and Order SVU bar was that you shan't make threats online about a person and then expect them not to either respond to said threat or go to the police. Okay, let's continue.
Me and Pastor Brian need to talk because the way I was treated was dirty. And
So again, this is seemingly about an interview where he says he feels like he was treated dirty. I got a solution for this, but I don't think this is it. So I'm gonna let it go because and the reason why I'm talking in between the clips is because I don't know if Ray J has posted this to his YouTube page and it's already being monetized, because why not monetize your pain and threats? But that's kind of why we're doing it like this.
illegal. And I don't like it. And I don't want nobody to play that fucking interview. I don't care if you from the church or not. Like be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, we need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem. Got nothing but love for
Okay. Now, again, I don't know if this was the appropriate venue for said threat, because here's my thing, and I feel like I do know that Ray J tends to utilize social media and as a way to garner attention. Now, I'm not calling him attention seeking per se, but a lot of people feel like in this day and age, attention is the new currency, right? So you go online, you do or you say something crazy, or you do or you say something, ostentatious, and people latch on to it because it ends up going viral, as we have here. Now, with that being said, to me, a responsible business person, that I would assume claimed to be, in my opinion, if I have a problem with something that was done in an interview, there are two things that can happen when you do interviews as a celebrity. One, you have an agreement in place that you are allowed to record the interview as well, right? So if something is said or done that you don't like, you have the audio and or video of that recording as well. Specifically, if you start to feel as though you are being mistreated, mishandled, or unreasonably or unfairly treated, right? So that's number one. And you have every right to do this when you agree to do an interview. Number two, actually three things. Two, when you feel like you are being mistreated, at that point in time, it is up to you whether or not you continue that interview. I feel like I'm being mistreated. You have called me out of my name. The interview is over. Okay. And someone such as Ray J, I would assume the businessman that he is would have someone there who is handling his affairs, a PR person, a manager, who in turn could shut the interview down for him should he feels like this man of the church is somehow mistreating you, treating you either allegedly illegally. I think that's what he said. I cannot recall verbatim because he said a lot. If you feel like this man of the cloth is calling you out of your name, then your people should at that point in time be ushered in to say, gasp, how dare you treat my client this way? We are ending this interview now. Okay. Then the fourth thing that I would say to you is this. If you feel as though you have, I got five things. Okay. You feel like you have been done wrong in this interview. Let's say they done called you a skank, called you out your name in the church and on the church grounds. Let's say they done called you nothing but the devil. If you feel like at that point you've been called out your name and you may not have realized it, okay? Because maybe you thought better on it later. Then later on, why don't you pick up the phone, call Pastor Bryant or whomever, his officiants, okay? Or have your people call them, hey, you know what? I reflected upon the fact that you called me nothing but the devil, and I didn't like it. You know, and I just thought about that thing, and I don't want you to air that interview, okay? Or said manager, hey, I don't like that you called my client a skank in the interview down to the church. You know, while you was in the pews, yeah. It was at actually minute 32 seconds right into the beginning of the interview. Yeah. We thought about it, and we don't really like that much. Can you cut that out? Okay, then that's option number 4. Option number 5, which most reasonable business people do, is they attorneys handle it. Okay, that's what you got an attorney for. What you won't do with my client is, and of course I know this because I have my Law and Order SVU university degree, because you will not insult my clients and then think to air it. Now, barring none of those things happen, which we could also reasonably assume would be the case, did Ray J say something during the interview that he does not want aired? Okay, that would be my final question. As the Inspector Gadget that I actually am, Sherlock Homeboy on the case would wager that maybe perhaps something was said that maybe shouldn't get out there. I don't know. But in either one of those cases, C options 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay. And then leave us out of the group chat. Because now, guess what? You have alerted us to the fact that there has been something said that you don't want out there. So now we want to know. Had you never said anything and you handled this behind the scenes, we wouldn't know. There would be no problem. There would be no issue. Now, Pastor Jamal Bryant has to get up on the pulpit on Sunday to address this with the saints. Now look at us. Now look at us. Now look at us. We are embroiled in not only an online beef, but somebody at the church got to tell us what's going on. I tell you, I don't even, I mean, what a go on? You know what I'm saying? What a go on? I'm just trying to figure out, why we in it? You know what I mean? Why are we in it? But speaking of Mr. Chocolate, okay. It's a plane flying over here, so the dog is doing a little barkerization, like the plane is coming in the house. Okay, so speaking of Mr. Chocolate, again, is he Mr. Chocolate? Allegedly, because all this commentary is alleged. Okay, let's get to talking about Marlo and Sanya and their podcast, baby. The Marlo and Sanya Best Friends Forever podcast. BFF Forever. Friends Forever. Wasn't that the song they sang on Saved by the Bell back in the day? Friends Forever. Okay, so that song, the BFFs Forever, they got their new podcast. Yes. We love it. Okay. The Real Close Friends of Atlanta. So they got their podcast. And they seem to think that Sanya and Marlo tend to think that Miss Phaedra is above Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, they thought that she really didn't do much on Married to Medicine, but I'm gonna get into exactly what they got to say. And shout out to our friends over at the Jasmine brand and House of Aaron for this good story right here. Okay, now. They were talking because on the Real Best Friends of Atlanta, of Duluth, they are talking about all things pop culture, right? So on a recent episode of the Real Best Friends of Decatur, what was said was this, all right? They didn't feel like she fit in on Married to Medicine, all right? The quote was from Sanya that I can't wait to see her back on Housewives because on Married to Medicine, she didn't give the old Phaedra. She didn't really fit in there. And then Marlo chimed in, but she also said that she thinks that Phaedra has grown beyond this type of reality TV. She says, I don't think Phaedra's going to give that period though now. She's funny, she's smart, she's very articulate. She's kind of graduated from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she's kind of above it. Now, let me give you my thoughts on Phaedra. Returning, and I think we talked about this before at length, right? We talked about it before. For me, I feel as though Phaedra returning back to Housewives of Atlanta, I think is meant to be a replacement for Kenya, to be quite honest with you. Once they felt like, Kenya had left, I think that they probably felt as though, because they have so many new faces, that they needed to bring back in some of the old guard to, make things feel somewhat good again. And I think, as we've seen with, the Real Housewives of New York City, this new version, that a reboot, if you are putting a reboot together with a bunch of people that don't really know each other, that aren't organic friends, it don't really work. It just don't work. It does not work. So I felt like they thought that bringing Phaedra back and having the frick and frack of it all would bring back some of the nostalgia, and that Phaedra would come back in, and hopefully bring that level of fabulosity that we tend to really love with Housewives. But the unfortunate thing is, while I think that Phaedra is a good reality TV personality for a show like a Traitors, or maybe even a Dancing with the Stars. I mean, she didn't make it that long, but I do feel like, unless Phaedra, as I've stated 10,000 times before, is going to give us, something of her real life, real emotions, real feelings, real thoughts, then she's just going to be like a very glamorous painting on the wall. Something very good to look at. We love it. Oh my God, that painting is worth millions, but it's just sitting there. Okay? It is just sitting there, looking beautiful, looking fabulous, making faces, but really just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? A fabulous painting, the Mona Lisa maybe, but what value is she really providing, other than a few good one-liners and and a love Phaedra down, but if she giving us a continuation of what she gave us on Married to Medicine, I don't know that it was a good investment of the money. Okay, so what we can do is hope and pray. We'll hope and pray that she gives us what we need. Okay, we'll hope and pray. And maybe, just maybe, she'll give us that old Phaedra from season 3. Okay, that confusing Phaedra, but it was definitely a Phaedra that we liked. All right, some of us, most of us, a portion of us. Okay, come on, Phaedra. If you're gonna give us some energy, let's go. Are you also watching The Real Best Friends of Duluth or listening to the podcast? I think I might enjoy seeing the visual version of The Real Best Friends of Decatur. If I think they're on YouTube. So if you guys are watching it from the down on the tube as well, let us know in the chatterization. Okay, let's go. Okay. Last but not least, okay. Why is Jazzy from Real Housewives of Potomac going off? Let's take a listen.
Guys, I'm giving you guys a live confessional from my home. But no, you guys, I'm about to go to the gym, but it's so funny because when the blogs start talking and they don't even have the information correct, that be the crazy part. And when you sign up for a reality TV show, you are subject to editing however it's going to be edited, because They're going to try to get everything in, and they don't often get it in. And sometimes I do feel like maybe you guys are purposely confused. And that's fine by me because the folks are talking, baby. Bags are secured. And over here, we're good. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to get on here to let y'all know that I will be on a reputable platform next week where y'all can get all of the juicy tea. And we're going to make it make the fuck sense. Because, baby, what? I've been Jazzy. And if you know, you fucking know. Don't ever play with it.
Don't play with it, she says. Don't play with my yo-yo. Now, why is she saying all that? Why? Is it the fact that maybe some of the ladies on the show were confused about the timeline for which she gave that the man that she is with has had his children? Maybe that was it. Maybe it's the fact that the baby mama, okay, has entered the chat. Okay, let's talk about what she had to say. Now, shout out to the neighborhood talk that says, oop, the baby mama dropped by the neighborhood. Child, this is getting messy. Okay. Now, they had posted a post that says, oop, Jazzy says she's been with her NFL man for 2 years, despite him having a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old by the same woman. She says, quote, by the time we got serious, she was already pregnant with the second one. Okay. I think I saw in a post that she said that they was on a break or something like that when it happened, but I don't know. I can't find the post. So typically I take a screenshot of it, but I did not take a screenshot of it. Or maybe I did and I can't find it. I don't know. But here's what we are. So she then posted under that and said, he's a good man, Savannah. A good man. Yes. Yes. We love a good man. Okay. Anyway, somebody else said she was talking too much. You know, the baby mama's going to come for her. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the baby mama. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. So baby mama says, I'm not coming for her. I just wish she stopped bringing up my children and referring to me as her and she. What is she supposed to refer to you as? Maybe you would just like to be addressed by name. Maybe that's it. And that's fair. But maybe she didn't want to address you by name because she didn't feel like she could. I don't really know. But there's more. Baby mother happens to say this. It's nothing to beef over, but making them the narrative every episode is sickening. I'm thinking she's speaking about the kids. Like, he has kids, okay? Well, yeah, that's what she's talking about. Y'all weren't together. Just be honest. It's that simple. But don't try and downplay him and I to make yourself look better is all I'm saying. And people in the comments dragging him off what she said when the story she's telling is the furthest from... I think she meant the furthest. Anyway, he knew of each one of his children. He didn't find out when I was 1 or 2 months pregnant, as it seemed, as was stated on the show. She says, we got pregnant each year on each other's birthday. But before you try and come for me, know the real narrative. I don't want anyone to kiss my ass, but we're honest over here. And then she goes on to show pictures of her and the kids. The kids' faces are blocked out. So there's that. There's everybody, and there she is. And, so it sounds to me, okay? Now, I know, Jazzy, I might not be one of those reputable blogs that you're talking about. And that's fine. I'm just a man on the internet trying to get people to Africa, okay, and to Thailand. That's just all I am. And that's all I can be. But from what we heard, it sounded like a bunch of confusion, okay? And maybe, perhaps, as you stated, the edit did not favor your telling of the story. But if that is the case, then maybe the next time someone asks you about you and your fiance and you want to keep it cute, simply say, you know what? My fiance has 2 children and I am trying to be the best stepmom that I can be. And there you go. Because honestly, it's enough that you are on the show. The man was in the NFL. Y'all got a complex family dynamic. And you could have simply just gave the simplest answer to the question versus going the distance with the furthest, most complicated version of the story. Okay? That's all we're saying. That's it. You know, we want you to succeed and be successful over here. We do. Come to Africa with us if you want, you know, all of those good tidings of joy and happiness. But that timeline is so confusing that you can't blame the people for having questions because it sounds the most confusing. It was the furthest thing from simple that you could go. It was so furthest. Like it was furthest down the street. It was like, whoa, we went the distance, to quote the great Lisa Barlow. We went the distance on that story, and we didn't have to. Okay? So, Jazzy, that would be my advice to you. Next time somebody asks you, don't overcomplicate it. Don't take it the furthest down the street. Don't go the distance. Simply just say, he has 2 kids. We all get along blessedly, okay? We are all blessed in the Lord, okay? And that would be that. And I think that will solve all of your problems moving forward, okay? So that way you don't have to refer to Mrs. Baby Mama as her or she. You can simply just say he has 2 kids from a previous relationship. Okay? And there we have it. So y'all, those are our stories for today. I thought we would jump on here and just, catch up a little bit, have a little ponderization, and really taking the furthest that we can possibly go, and I think that, in doing so, I think we've hit our mark for today. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for y'all today. Unless y'all want to talk about, Oprah and the donations and whatnot that she says she did not make or whatever. But that's none of my business because she had to pay the people. You know what I'm saying? So, not the donations, but getting paid for the thing. I don't care if she did, to be honest with you. It is what it is. It's over now. And that's how I feel about it. So there's that. Anyway, if y'all are looking to get out of America for our own Black Project 2025, if you want to get out of America, just for a little bit, you want to come with us to Thailand, click the link in the description down below. And if you're trying to go to Cape Town in April, click that link too. Okay. Or text Cape Town to 202-918-3386 or 777-9311. Not 777-9311. That's a song, but I'm just talking at this point because, I ain't been live with y'all in a minute and I don't really want to let go. Okay. Before I let go. So anyway, I got other work to do. Somebody asked, am I going to review Love and Marriage Huntsville? When I get a moment to watch it, but between running back and forth to the hospital, I ain't really had a lot of time to watch nothing. So when I get a chance to sit down and watch it, I probably will. I need to watch that and Bell Collective. I was able to watch Potomac because I just happened to be, I think I stayed at the hotel. So I was able to kind of catch that. So, yeah, that's the only reason why I was able to do that. I had some downtime. So anyway, like I said, any trips to Europe, Lexi, I'm trying to do Switzerland at some point for a small group trip. That's a little bit tougher. It's tougher because I know when I want to go, and it's the time that we're going. We have 2 other trips planned. So, but I'm gonna do at least try to get to Europe at the end of 2025 or early 2026. So stand by for that. I think that's about it. Any other questions, y'all, before I go? And I might chop these up and make them into smaller videos for people who like to just like hit it and quit it. Y'all know some of y'all like to without any foreplay. So for those of y'all, we'll try to cut these up for y'all because I know how y'all do. You'd be mad when it be a long video. But anyway, thank you guys for the well wishes. Y'all know I love y'all, and I'll try to do another live if I get a chance to. It just kind of depends on the schedule and where I'm at. So like I said, love y'all. We will go the distance in 2025. We will be going the furthest that we possibly can outside of the United States, to the Thailand and to the Cape Town. And so y'all continue to keep me and my family in your prayers, and know that when I do these stories, I ain't really that serious about none of this. I'm just having fun. So with that being said, I'll talk to y'all and catch y'all in the next video. And before I go, okay, if you didn't bought my book on the Amazon, leave me a review, okay? Thank you.